So today I'm going to show you how I made my sub box that I showed you in my previous video for Mazda Miata. Mine's an NA Miata. I already measured out the trunk. I measured out the space. I made like a fake box at first, like a cardboard box to see if it'll fit. Then after that I made this box with only one sub in it. And then after one sub I upgraded and made the same size box and cut 2 holes in it. So this is how I made it. You can take a picture of this and you can copy what I do, or you can do something else. There's 2 reasons why people do things. There's a good reason and there's a real reason. Okay, the good reason is I want to help somebody make a good sub box, and the real reason is if this video gets a ton of hits, I make my money back on my sub, on my box. So okay, let's get to it. Okay, let me wrap around my cord real quick. Okay, I'll zoom in. First of all, this is what you're gonna need. Jesus Christ. This is what you're gonna need. This is what I needed. This is my original. This is my original one. As you can see, is all faded, and yeah, it was just, this is it. So I made a better one so you guys can see it better. In this video I will show you what you need, the tools you need, and the dimensions for it. It's really simple, okay? And I went to a car audio place and they tried to charge me. They tried to tell me that it was impossible to fit 2 12s in the back of my trunk. And then they said they can do 1 12, but it's gonna cost me 300, 400 fucking bucks. And I was like, no way, Jose. Thank you guys. And I left and I made 2 12s happen. So it's possible, and it's a lot easier than you think, and a lot fucking cheaper than you think. What I needed was a kicker L7. Obviously, I need another kicker L7. Extra speaker wire. You don't really need that, but that's what I needed. A jigsaw to cut those squares. I needed a jigsaw, which was like 30 bucks at Home Depot. Spray paint. You don't need spray paint, but if you want to make it look pretty and try to protect your box a little bit, Rhino Line spray paint. Sealant. I'll show another picture of what type of sealant I used. I went to AutoZone and bought some sealant, but you can also use, I've used this before too, so this is cheap alternative. I use that on my old box. Wood glue, just basic wood glue, and MDF screws. This is what it looks like. 1 3/4 MDF screw. This is an MDF screw. Sharp at the front. You just push it in. Very easy. It's got like a little star head, or come on, camera. There it is. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Okay. Let's get started, and let's see what I'll go over this later, my costs, but it wasn't that much. It's very simple, okay? This is what it looks like. This is what it's gonna look like. This is what it looked like. These are the dimensions right here. So if you want to take a screenshot, take a screenshot. Write this stuff down. It's really easy. Just 7 pieces. I went to Home Depot and I bought 2 big boards of MDF. And this is what MDF is, because they gave me extra. This is what MDF is. 3/4 of an inch thick. Three-fourths of an inch. So it's not. There's a thin MDF, and there's a. This is the thick one. It's almost an inch. You see that? Sorry, I'm looking at the MDF. It's almost an inch. Come on. 3/4 of an inch. So this stuff is thick. It's flexible, medium density, something MDF. And I gave them this paper, my old paper, and I said I need 7 pieces cut, and they cut the pieces out for me. I didn't have to do shit. I went there, I bought 2 boards of MDF. This MDF, a huge board of this, costs like 15 bucks. So I bought all these boards for about 44, 50 bucks. Okay. This is the sides, 15 inches by 8 inches. 15 inches by 8 inches, both of the sides. So I circled, you're going to need 2 of these. Top and bottom, 15 inches by 32 inches. 15 by 32. The absolute biggest. I don't think you can go bigger. You can try, but then it won't fit in your fucking car. Then you're gonna be like, damn, dude, I made this badass box, but it won't fit in my trunk. This will fit in your trunk. This is the front, 8 inches by 28 inches. 8 inches by 28 inches. That's really what it looks like. It's really all the way. No, because there's a board right here too. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to explain why it's 28, you know, because it goes all the way out and stops right here. 28 inches by 8 inches, 8 up top. And the sub, when I put the sub in, it leaves about like 2 inches of clearance from inside the box, so there's some room in there. So when I place the sub inside the box, it's not the little bottom of the sub. It's not touching the bottom of this wood. There's about a couple inches of it space. I try to make the most fucking space out of that trunk. So the front is 1 piece. This is sides of 2 pieces. Top, bottom, the same 2 pieces. And this is the port. And I have a port in mind right here. This is what a port is. So when these are banging, boom, 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 it could fucking breathe. This is where it breathes. Out here, out of this port. And it lets it breathe, so it's gonna be fucking louder, so it can hit harder. That's what a port's for. And the port is 11 by 8. So it's 11. It almost touches the end by 8 up top. The back is 8 inches by 30.5 inches. 30.5. I had to do the math on this because it's 3/4 of an inch. So you had to be what is it, precise, I guess. And this is optional, but I plan on my speakers to fucking bang. So this is the support option, which is 8 inches tall by 2 inches. And what I did was I put them between my 2 subs to support my box, because while this is flexing, I would assume my top would be flexing. So these 2 supports I put on the inside so it can hold the top together. It can hold the box a little bit better, because it's kind of long, you know. It's a long box, and they're on the inside right here, right in the middle of these 2. 2 inches by 8 inches. 2 inches by 8 inches. So that's it. It's really easy getting into it. All you need to do is just fucking screw and glue. Screw and glue. That is it. That is it. And the hardest part, which is the funnest part, was cutting this motherfucker out. That was the hardest part, to be honest. This is how I did it. I cut a hole in the middle. You're gonna need a drill, obviously, and I cut a hole on the end, on all the ends. And what I did was I went from the middle, then I went to the end, and then I took my jigsaw and I just went across the line, and I just went all the way around twice. So this was the slow part because I broke a jigsaw blade because I was trying to cut the corner really fast. Fucking snap that bitch. Go slow. Go slow. And this is how I did it. And this is how much it cost me, which wasn't too bad. The MDF boards cost me about 50 bucks. You can go to Home Depot and Lowe's. You can get a really big one for less than 50 bucks. Or you can get, like me, I got 2 boards. Since my box wasn't that huge, I got 2 boards of like, I think it was what, 2 feet by 3 feet, something like that, and it was not that, it wasn't not $400. Wood screws, $4 glue, $2 sealant, $6. The most expensive part was my subs, and my sub I got off Craigslist. Some guy was selling it for $120. My other sub I bought off Amazon, brand new, for $230. So that's my total cost. It's affordable, it's doable, you can build it yourself. Don't worry about these guys trying to fuck you over on price. They probably know more of what they're doing, but it's so much more satisfying when you build your own shit and you just hear it sound, and you just love it because you know you fucking build it yourself. And this is it. This is the Mazda Miata Sub Box. You can do this in any small car, hatchback, but I wouldn't do these same dimensions if you got like a, I don't know, I used to drive a Volkswagen GTI. I wouldn't do this for that, because in a bigger car you can make this deeper and it would sound better just by making this box bigger. So I know it could sound better because I used to have 2 L710s in a base Pro box, and that banged, that sounded really good. So I know it could sound better, but that's what the space I got working with. That's the only space I have in that trunk, so that's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. Alright guys, hope this video helped. I'm going to show a little clip of the pictures of me building it here in a second. I couldn't sit and record while I was building it. I was trying to do it really fast because I was really excited. So I'm going to show some pictures after this and a little short clip. Alright guys, peace out.
We getting there, we getting there.